What's up, y'all? Welcome to the channel, Vibing with E. And if you're new here, hey girl, I'm E. And over here, we keep it real, unfiltered, and it's always a vibe, okay? Now, I know y'all, I know it's been a minute since I uploaded anything. And let me tell y'all something. Life has most definitely been life. But at the end of the day, I love doing story times and I really miss doing it. And I just want to get back into the swing of things. And I'm talking about life learned lessons, crazy life experiences, and just a few things that'll probably make y'all laugh and have y'all looking at me like, girl, what in the world were you thinking? But at the end of the day, I'm E. I love to tell stories. So here I am. So grab your snacks, get comfortable, and let's get into these story times. Now, y'all, today's story time is probably one of the craziest chapters in my life. Like, the craziest. This story time starts off with me in my early 20s, dating this guy. We both trying to, move out on our own and start a little family. I was a young mother. Me and my daughter's biological father weren't together anymore, and me and this guy were together for some years. So, we decided to move out on our own and build a future with each other. Or at least that's what I thought we were doing. The mess did not start, y'all. I'm not even going to lie. The mess didn't start until this lesbian couple moved next door to us. Now, before y'all even try to come at me or judge me over here, just hear me out. Listen to the story and then put your 2 cents down below. But I'm telling y'all, this story gets messy. I'm actually going to do a series with this. It's going to be probably part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 because it's a mess with this. So like I said, get your snacks, sit back, relax, and let E tell y'all this story. All right, so like I said, back in the day, in my early 20s, I was dating this guy, and I'm going to give him the name Chad. So I had a daughter. Like I said, my daughter probably was about 1 or 2 years old at the time. And me and Chad had been dating probably like a year and a half. So me and Chad wanted to move out. I was staying with my mom or whatever. And, I came to my mom and told her, I want to get my own place. Me and Chad, we want to be together. We thinking about marriage and, a future. So I think it's time, I move out. So my mom was excited. She was happy for us. She helped us get all the stuff together and we moved out. So we moved out into our place and everything seemed to be going good. But, like young couples, they have their issues. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty sure Chad probably done stepped out on me a time or two. I know I done dipped and slipped and did my thing a time or two. We were a young couple. Things happen, But sometimes Chad used to get to me because a lot of the times he wanted to go out and hang with his boys. He was one of those type of guys. Like he ain't have no problem with leaving me and the baby at home all day because he wanted to go hang out with his boys. And he was also a big mama's boy. So anytime his mom called and said she was going to the mall or hell, his mama could have said she was going grocery shopping. Chad was getting up, getting his fat stuff and going his mama to that grocery store because he just knew he was going to get a snack or something out of the whole situation. I'm just trying to give y'all like a little background of Chad, how Chad was, right? So like I said, I had a few little friends I would go out with here and there. And most of my homegirls that I hung with was like girlfriends of Chad's friends. So yeah, we were always kind of intertwined with each other, whether we were going out like to clubs or anything. We were always hanging out around each other. Okay. So me and Chad were staying in our house and we lived in this duplex, which was like a 2-family home. So me and Chad's house was on one side and then there was another couple's house connected to us. But at this time, I think it was a guy and a girl staying over there. They used to argue and fight all the time. They ended up moving out. So when they moved out, the apartment was vacant for a little while. So, we was chill about it or whatever. We ain't have to be too quiet or worry about if we was having little parties or having people over. We ain't have to be quiet because there was nobody beside us. So that was cool for a while. And then one day, this lesbian couple moved in. And the lesbian couple moved in, and it was a stud and a femme. So I'm going to name the stud Duchess. The stud, I'm going to name her Duchess. And the femme, I'm going to name the femme Tatiana. Okay? So the Duchess and Tatiana moved next door to us or whatever. And we introduced ourselves to them and started talking to them. Then I realized, like, Tatiana, didn't you go to my school? Like, Tatiana was a little older than me. But yes, we definitely went to the same school. And Tatiana's mom was me and my mom's hairstylist. So I was like, okay, all right, got a little crew next door, whatever, a little couple. Maybe we could do, a couple things, game nights, that type stuff, right? I was kind of excited. So, it was cool. Duchess was cool or whatever. She was one of those studs that, remember back in the day, y'all, that they used to always say it was only two type of studs, right? You either look like Manny Fresh or you look like Lil Fizz. And Duchess was the type of stud that looked like Lil Fizz. Like, she was fine. She was light skinned, had little earrings, had them long cornrows with them pretty eyes. Like, Duchess was fine. I ain't even gonna lie. And Tatiana, she was, I ain't even gonna lie, Tatiana was cute too. She was cute, brown skinned girl, had pretty eyes, nice long hair, she was alright. So there was a cute couple or whatever. And Tatiana also had 3 kids or whatever. So that was that. That's the couple, whatever. So me and my man, we stand on our side and the lesbians stand on their side. We were intertwined every once in a while. Come out the house, I'll see them. Hey, my boyfriend maybe go talk to them or whatever, see them. Hey, neighbor stuff, right? All right. So I don't even know how. Well, okay. The lesbian couple also had a friend. I'm going to name the friend. I'm going to name the friend Twist. So, Duchess and Tatiana had a friend named Twist. Now, me and Twist went to school together. Twist was actually related to my baby father, so I knew Twist from around the way. So, Twist would come around and, she would go from house to house because she knew all of us. So, Twist would come to my house and chill a little bit, and Twist would go next door and she would chill with the lesbian couple. And Twist was also a lesbian. Twist was a stud. So we just live into all the lesbians. So Twist had came over to my house one day and we were just talking, just chilling, and she was telling me about a party that her and the other lesbian couple were going to go to. And she asked me if I wanted to go. So I was like, I don't know, like what kind of party is this or whatever. And she was telling me, it's like a little family party, but it's basically going to be us, maybe a few outsiders coming, but it's more so like a kickback type thing. And we just want to know if you want to come. So I was like, And when she was asking me this, Chad was there with me, sitting beside me. So Chad was like, yeah, go ahead and go. Go ahead with them girls. Don't feel on some booties or something. So I'm looking at him. And he's like, yeah, you don't never go nowhere. You don't never do nothing. Go out with them girls and let them feel on you. So I'm just like, boy. And Twist is just laughing like, all right, be careful what you ask for now. You're going to be mad now. You're going to be mad. And he's like, no, I know my girl coming back to me. I know no matter what, my girl always coming back to me. So Twist just like, okay, all right now, you keep on. You keep on now. She going to turn up or turn over. So I'm like, what? I am sitting here. So that was that. We talked about it a little bit, and I was like, sure. I wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't going nowhere that day, so why not? I'll go hang out with y'all. So later on that night, I got dressed, got real cute, went next door, and knocked on the door. When I knocked on the door, Duchess came to the door, and she was smoking that gas, right? So she opened the door, she blew the smoke all in my face, like, oh, so you really going with us? Your man really letting you out the house? And I'm like, Yeah, he let me out the house. So she like, shoot, okay then, well you with us tonight? Come on in so you can pregame. So I went into her house and I'm looking around and everybody in there just chilling, which it ain't much. It was just Dutch's girlfriend Tatiana and Twist was in the house. So they sitting in there, they pre-gaming, they drinking, they getting their little smoke on. And I decided to partake in the little activities. So we just in there chilling, getting ready to go to the party, right? So the whole time we at the house, they playing music and Twist is dancing. And I'm feeling myself or whatever. I'm finally getting out the house, going out. So I'm in there dancing with Twist and I'm dancing. And you know how you can feel somebody staring a hole on the side of your face, just staring you down. So as I'm dancing, I look over to the side and I see Duchess just sitting in the corner like, and I'm thinking to myself, why is she looking at me like that, girl? You better stop looking at me like that, girl. You better stop looking at me. Because I ain't never done anything with a girl or nothing like that before. But try me, Duchess. Try me. So, like I said, that was fine, y'all. So she ain't never say nothing. We just over there dancing or whatever. And of course, I didn't expect her to say anything because for one, your girlfriend here. And two, y'all don't even know if I get down like that. So we pack up, get in the car, and we all go to this party, right? So when I get to the party, I see that there's a lot of Tatiana's family there, a few of her aunts and cousins and stuff like that, right? So as I'm in here at this party, like they had like this big shed in the backyard where they had the party at. So everybody out there in the shed, partying and stuff, dancing. And I go in the shed and I sit down. I fix me a little something to drink. And me not really paying attention, y'all. I don't pay attention to my surroundings. Well, when I was younger, I do now, but when I was younger, I was just out there. I was just in the world. So I didn't really pay attention who was actually in the party or what was actually going on in the party for a good little while. So I make me a drink. I'm sitting at the table, I'm drinking it, I'm listening to the music, I'm vibing. But then I just started noticing it's a stud right there, it's a stud over there, this woman going over here, this woman dancing on this woman, that woman dancing on that woman. And I'm like, y'all took me to a lesbian party? Like, I mean, no shade or nothing like that, but y'all ain't tell me this was this type of party. Like, what's going on? So Duchess was laughing and she was like, yeah, oh, excuse me. She was like, yeah, I didn't even know it was gonna turn out like this, but yeah, like the mom like girls, the auntie like girls, so hey, girls just wanna have fun. So I'm like, shit, well, let's have fun, girls. So we had a good time at this party. Like, I had a good time. I danced, I drunk, I had a great time. So we partied down and got our drink on or whatever. But this whole entire night, y'all, it was this little stud there. Like I know she had to be all of 19. Like she looked really, really young. She was really skinny, but she was cute. She had swag, but she was following me around the party the whole time. And everybody was just laughing like, "Oh, you done got you a girlfriend. Your man gonna be mad. He gonna be mad when you get home." And I'm like, "Girl, bye." But all night long, this girl kept following me at the party. She don't need no name or nothing. I just wanted to put that in there. This girl was following me. So after the party was over, we getting ready to head back home. But before we went back home, Twist asked Duchess to stop at her house. He said, I need you to stop at my house real quick. I got to get something. So she like, okay, cool. And then I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and stop at her house because I got to pee real bad. Like, I've been holding it for the longest. And it was like, dang, why you ain't go to the bathroom at the party? And I'm kind of weird like that. I don't like going to the bathroom at everybody's house. Everybody's place ain't sanitary. And I put tissue down. I still put tissue down on the toilets with the seat covers. I'll wipe the toilets down and everything. Like, I don't play that. I do not like sitting my behind on everybody's toilet. So I was like, yeah, when we head over to Twist House, I need to get out. I gotta pee. So they was like, all right. So we get to Twist House. And by this time, it's late at night. Twist stayed like in the country, like it's dark out there. You can't see shit. So we go out there, pull up at Twist's house. Twist gets out, run in the house. I get out and run in the house to use the bathroom. So I go in the house and I'm using the bathroom, and I can hear Twist in her room rumbling through stuff. And I actually think she was looking for some clothes because she was going to spend the night. So I'm in the house using the bathroom or whatever. Use it. I get up, I wash my hands, and when I open the door to the bathroom, Duchess is standing like right there, like damn near nose to nose when I open the door. And I'm like, damn. So Duchess was like, hey. And I'm looking at her like, hey. So she was like, did you have fun tonight? I'm like, yeah, I had fun. Did you have fun? She was like, yeah. She was like, there's something I want to ask you. I've been wanting to ask you all night, but I'm low-key scared you don't tell on me. And I was like, I'm going to tell on you. What you need to ask me? And she was like, man, if I ask you this, can you promise me you're not going to tell my girlfriend? And I'm just in awe, like, huh? She was like, yeah, I really got something that I want to tell you. I honestly been wanting to get this off my chest for a good little minute, but I just ain't never find the time to say it. But yeah, I want to ask you something. So I'm just like, oh, like, okay, okay. What is it? And she was like, well, have you ever been with a girl before? I was like, no, I ain't never been with no girl, never talked to no girl, nothing like that. I've maybe been a little curious, but I've never done it. So she was like, oh. So she looked me up and down and she was like, would you like to? And I'm like, what? She was like, you heard me, would you like to be with a girl? And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, why don't you try me? I'd like to be your first girl on girl interaction. And I'm just like, but what about your girlfriend? And she like, oh, that's what I was saying. I wanted to tell you this, but I don't want you to tell my girlfriend. And I'm just looking at her, and y'all, she was so fun. And I was just like, oh no, I'm gonna think about it. I'll think about it. And she was like, okay. She was like, you're not gonna tell Tatiana, right? And I was like, no, I'm not gonna tell her. So she was like, okay. So then she looked at me, just kept staring at me a little bit, and I'm looking back at her, and I'm thinking, y'all, I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know if I was thinking the girl was getting ready to kiss me or getting ready to hug me, but she looked and she kind of leaned in a little closer. She said, "Now get out the way, because I gotta use the bathroom." And my flappers were gas. So I'm like, okay, go to the bathroom then. So when I leave out the bathroom, all I hear is Twist like, oh snap, oh I ain't here, I ain't no witness tonight, no, I don't know nothing. And I'm just looking at her like, girl, you done heard and seen everything that happened. And she was like, yeah, I did. She was like, yo, you gonna give my girl a chance? Like she been wanting to get at you for a minute, but she didn't know how you was gonna take it. And she knew y'all all kind of cool and close, but she didn't know how you was gonna take it. And I'm just like, girl, I don't even know if I'm gonna do anything. Like, I got a boyfriend, I'm in a relationship. And she was like, girl, that's what they all say. Like, whatever. I don't know what y'all studs be doing. I don't know what it is with studs. They be trying to, it's like it's a goal of some of theirs to get a straight girl and turn her gay. Like, I feel like if you get with a girl and she turns quote unquote gay, I feel like she already been curious her whole life. She might have already been kind of sort of into that, but just didn't do it because of society, our families. It's a whole lot of stuff into that. But yeah, whatever. So yeah, I was like, y'all just love, trying to do that. And she was laughing or whatever. She was like, but yeah, just give my girl a chance. Just give my girl a chance. And I'm like, girl, whatever. So that just come out the bathroom. And she looked at us like, y'all ready to go? I'm like, yeah. So y'all, I just felt so awkward and so weird after having this conversation with Duchess and we getting back in the car with Tatiana. And y'all, don't get me wrong, like Tatiana was cool. or whatever. But she had some ways about her. Like, Tatiana had some ways about her that make you. So yeah, so we hopped in the car, we rolled back to their house, to Duchess and Tatiana house, and we just chilled out the rest of the night. And to be honest, that night I chilled over there with them, and we had a few drinks, y'all, right? And they were making like this mixed drink, and I'm just over there drinking with them, drinking, and I really didn't even. I drunk back then, but I didn't. I'm trying to think. I did drink. Maybe around this time I hadn't been drinking in a while. Like, you know how sometimes when you single, you do a lot of stuff, and then when you get in a relationship, you kind of cut a lot of things out. Now, when I was single, I ain't gonna lie, I would drink like a fish. I would drink anybody's daddy under the table. Do you hear me? But once I got into a relationship and really decided, we gonna be together, we gonna settle down. I got this baby, we gonna, be on the up and up. I cut a lot of that stuff out, so I wasn't really drinking like that. So this particular night, when I went back to their house with them, my man wasn't home yet. Of course, he was out with his homeboys doing God knows what. So I went to their house. They were like, shoot, well, let's just have some drinks and, we watch movies or whatever. So that's what we did. We sat back, we kicked back, and we drunk. Um, Twist ended up leaving. I actually think she went with her girlfriend. So Twist ended up leaving. It was me, Duchess, and Tatiana all sitting in the house. So we all sit in the house, we having drinks, we kicking back, we chilling, everything is great. Tatiana gets up and goes and lay in the bed and falls asleep. So I'm drinking my liquor, y'all, and I'm thinking I'm good, right? Because I'm sitting down the whole time. I stand up and the whole entire room just starts spinning. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh my God. So once I feel that, I sit down again. And I'm just trying to sit there and like, boom, stop spinning. Like, stop. So then I muscle up the strength to walk to the bathroom. I walk in the bathroom, I look at myself in the mirror, and I'm just like, you shouldn't have got this drunk. And I'm standing there, and y'all, it's just like the bathroom is spinning, and I'm just like, what the hell? So I leave out the bathroom. I go into the living room. When I go in the living room, now all the lights are off in the house, but the TV light is still on. And I look, and they had like this really big sectional sofa. So I look and I see Duchess like laid up on one end of the sectional, like with a leg up, cocked up, just chilling watching TV. I go sit on the other end of the sectional, and next thing you know, I am out. I think maybe 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm getting waken up by my boyfriend. And I'm looking like, what are you doing here? And he was like, oh, I got home not too long ago. I seen you wasn't in the bed, so I came over here to get you. So I'm like, okay. So y'all, I was so tipsy and out of it. He actually picked me up and took me home next door. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna just cut this story right there. That's part one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and leave my comments down below. It might not be much for y'all to comment on, but right now I'm gonna start these stories off going them kind of short so I could build my momentum back up. But like I said, I'm your girl E, vibing with E, and I'll see you next time. Bye.